Well, hello everyone, and today I'm very excited to share with you that we have released vCluster 0.21 today. It comes with awesome features and awesome updates. So the notable updates that includes are the custom resource syncing, the bidirectional sync, the key integrations, and FIPS compliance. So I'm very excited for this release, and over the period of next few days we will be diving into each one of these in a very detailed manner along with examples. But let me just give you a walkthrough in this particular video of what we have in store for you with vCluster 0.21. Custom resource syncing. This has gone to next level. Now the CRD sync works out of the box, and what used to take 30-40 lines of YAML now just takes a few lines of YAML snippet to enable the custom resource definition sync. And in multi-tenancy, the custom resource definition sync is a key factor because that's what makes it unique. And with vCluster 0.21, your custom resource syncing would work out of the box. The first step is that you need to figure out what custom resources you need to sync to your virtual cluster from your host cluster. So you just do a kubectl get CRD and then you copy the name. So let's take an example of the cert manager. So if you want to sync the resource of certificates, what you have to just do in your values.yaml file and then provide that while you are creating the virtual cluster is simply mention custom resources and then certificate certmanager.io enabled true. That's it. That's pretty much it. And it enables the syncing of the custom resource definition to your virtual cluster. So what happens after this? After this, when you connect to the virtual cluster and you do kubectl get CRD within the virtual cluster, you will be able to see those custom resource definition pre-enabled in your virtual cluster. Now, this has eased out a lot of things and also decreased the amount of YAML that you need to write to enable the custom resource syncing. The next very important update coming in v0.21 is patches. Now, with the custom resource definition syncing, you can now patch the resources, patch the custom resources that are being created. For example, let's say you create a certificate. So when you create a certificate, there is this field called secret name. So in the spec section of the certificate, there is secret name. What it does is it creates a secret on the host cluster. So when you create this certificate, it will create the secret there. But for the V cluster to know that this is referring to a secret that gets created is nowhere to be found. But with the new patch, which is available, so you can have custom resources and we have certificates enabled that we just discussed. And now in patches, we can do a reference patch. So path spec.secret name, API version v1 and secret. We are telling that the spec secret name is actually referenced. It's actually to be referenced as a secret and it will sync to the V cluster when the secret gets created in the host cluster. The next one is also pretty important. Let's say you have the certificate and in the certificate you have the DNS names. So in the DNS names right now it is like example.com and blog.example.com. What we are saying is that you can now with the patches use custom JavaScript expressions. For example, in this we are just saying in the expression field that value starts with www, which means that when the certificate gets created onto the host cluster, the DNS name will look like www.example.com. So that's what it will look like. And for the bidirectional syncing, one of the another cool features coming up in 0.21 is bidirectional syncing. So let's say you created a resource in the V cluster and now there is this thing that is created on the host cluster. Someone changes something or the custom resource changed something in the host cluster for that particular resource, but the syncer for the V cluster will override that resource because it considered that to be a single source of truth. But with the reverse expression, you will be able to make a bidirectional sync. That means it will V cluster will keep a track of the changes of the resources if there is any change on the host cluster as well and will not override those changes. So it will keep a track of both. That happens with the reverse expression. So when you define expression, it becomes a single way, one way sync from the vCluster to the host cluster, and reverse expression creates a bidirectional sync. Another thing that is getting introduced in the version 0.21 are the integration for very complex pieces of softwares out there. For example, the custom resource definitions can become very complex when it comes to big softwares like KubeVirt or external secrets. So with 0.21, we are launching integrations, and the two integrations that we are launching are external secrets. So you can just enable external secrets, and you don't have to do all the patches, translates, and all that stuff that I just showed you. It will automatically take care of all that things. So this one is for the external secrets, and this one is for the KubeVirt integration. And with this, there are some other a few minor changes that you can look in the release notes that will be pointing in the description of the video, and also the release blog. Make sure to check that out and subscribe to our release notes as well. With this, we are also releasing a platform v4 out today, and one of the key features of that is externally deployed virtual clusters. So now it becomes super easy to import the externally deployed virtual cluster. So let's say if you start with open source and you want to add those to the platform, so you will be able to do that without an agent. So that is one of the very big and key features of using the platform with the externally deployed virtual clusters, with some amazing UI changes for increased and improved developer experience. So like I said, over the next few days, we will be diving deep into each one of them, each one of the 0.21 features, with examples, with code snippets, with the YAML files, and do the end-to-end examples. So make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that you can get all out of the 0.21 release. And we'll be doing the office hours soon as well. So keep an eye on that. So check out the 0.21 release and let us know what is your favorite feature from this release. Thank you so much. My name is Sam Pathak, and see you in the next video.